Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play ball. Play ball.
Where's Amy?
Hanging out with the cats.
Oh, sorry.
He goes, what do you guys want to talk about? I go, business, and he goes, I'm good. Okay.
That's his brother.
Okay. Reading minutes from last month's meeting.
Town council meeting minutes for Monday, August 18, 2025, 7 o'clock p.m. Town council president Andy Swain opened the meeting with the pledge of allegiance. Board members in attendance, President Andy Swain, council members Bill Robert, David Johnson, clerk treasurer Diana Johnson, street commissioner Walt House. Town residents in attendance, Mary Quinlan, Tony Hatton, Byron Holden. July 2025 minutes read. President Andy Swain made a motion to approve July minutes. Bill Barber seconded the motion. Motion carried in favor of approving July 2025 minutes. June and July 2025 claim vouchers presented for review of payment. June vouchers 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. And July vouchers 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53 review. President Andy Swain made motion to above the mentioned vouchers for payment. David Johnson, Bill Barber, second motion. Motion carried in favor of paying June and July vouchers. That's one of the updates.
Call them out.
Rather than typing them on. Street Commissioner Wally Allhouse, all current, no new reports. Planning Commission, Byron Holden, working currently on Shirley interlocal agreement update, draft for revision and draft update. BZAC and Casey, no new business. Spring Lakes Men's Club, Mary Quinlan, all windows have been cleaned. Bushes on west side of community building cleaned up. Working on old business. Kitchen remodel tabled at this time. Basement updates tabled at this time. Signage entrance to Spring Lake. David Johnson continues working on signage. Number 4 new benches, playground equipment tabled. 5 dam updates, community swing, no new updates. 6 tire swing down, men's club and all working on swing. 7 there's a soft spot on Garden Drive. 8 budget meetings are to be held in September and October. Number 9 community building trash cans are not being fully emptied by community building renters. New business. Internal control recommendation policy, board completed internal control training. President Andy Swain made a motion to adopt internal control policy. Bill Barber second motion. Motion carries. Austin, aye. Street commissioner duties read. Annual inspection noted. President Andy Swain made a motion adopting street commissioner duties. David Johnson second motion. Motion carried. Street commissioner Walt Allhouse signed street commissioner policy. Public comments, none. Statement, no other business presented to town council. Next town council meeting scheduled for Monday, September 29, 2025, 7 o'clock p.m. But no more new business. President Andy Swain motion to adjourn the meeting. David Johnson second motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
Any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Do we really have to call out from 34 to 46? You can't just say 34 through 46? I'm just asking, or is that like a new?
So during our annual, our 4-year audit, it was one of the recommendations that they wanted it noted in the minutes what invoices were paid, rather than typing the to whom, in detail, tracked by.
No, I understand.
So yes, so that's what they would prefer us to do.
Are they paying for the ink?
So I think she could probably put that as 34 to 47 and or 34 to 46 and 47 to 50. She could write that.
I'm just trying to pitch pennies on ink because I know how much that stuff costs.
For starters, right now, that's the way I'm going to do it.
There's no problem with that.
because that's what they talked about,
And this was 2 months worth.
yes.
So it'll be half of that each month.
Yeah. And June is always a big month, always, because it's a payroll month. And so is December.
Any additions or corrections? I think I'll switch around a couple
Sure.
of words and then I'll send that back to you. If you could email me the starting point, and then I'll put that on the website. Okay, all in favor of the minutes as read, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries for the minutes. Okay, treasurer's report.
Excuse me, so we're doing a little bit of software update as well. This is a draft. We have a final revision coming, just as noted, so you guys know. I'm letting them read it now.
We had a lot of correspondence today.
General fund, beginning balance was $308,018.20.
So we're gonna read the August data.
Do you want me to start there?
Yeah, don't read the September.
I was just gonna go by fund.
Yeah, but
Oh.
you gotta read the August, you gotta read the starting points for
Yeah, thank you.
the problem.
Okay, so beginning, general fund. Beginning balance is $304,879.28. We received $4,678.24. We dispersed $1,539.32 with an ending balance of $308,018.20. MVH fund beginning balance is $47,899.15. We received $789.56. We dispersed zero, leaving an ending balance of $46,688.71. MVH restricted fund, we received, our beginning balance is $29,534.02. We received $228.47 with no disbursements, leaving an ending balance of $29,762.49. Beginning balance for public safety was $49,743.61. We received $529.17 with nothing dispersed, leaving an ending balance of $50,272.78. LRS fund, beginning balance is $21,561.13. We received $280.45. We dispersed nothing, leaving an ending balance of $21,841.58. Beginning balance just having an epiphany, I'm sorry. I know that the CCNG, I know where that disconnects at.
I do too.
Oh, you do? Okay. You just hit me. CCI fund, beginning balance is $5,394.94 with no receivables or disbursements, leaving an ending balance the same, $5,394.94. CCD fund, beginning and ending balance the same with no receivables or disbursements, $10,106.67. Business development fund, beginning and ending balance the same, $195.86 with no receivables or disbursements. Rainy day fund, beginning and ending balance the same with no receivables or disbursements, $7,439.92. CDET fund, beginning balance was $20,277.63. We received $232.50 with no disbursements, leaving an ending balance of $20,510.13. American CARES Act, beginning and ending balance the same with no receivables or disbursements of $7,380.42. CCMG fund, our beginning balance without our disbursements at this point is $210,660.00 that we have our disbursement for paying. And then total funds is $678,922.94.
Any additional corrections to treasurer's report?
Negative.
Okay. Approve. Make a motion that be approved as read. All those in favor?
Favor.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, we'll go through bills and then we'll go through the budget discussion. We'll do that off the agenda.
Voucher 53, T-Mans, $500, and this is for Marion Quinlan, $59.62, and this was supplies for the community building voucher 54. Voucher 55, Andy Swain, this was the maintenance for the, $263.05. Office Depot for ink was $389.55, and that's voucher 56. Voucher 57 is Duke Energy for $191.41. Voucher 58 is Duke Energy again for $135.69. And that is all vouchers for this one. Sandy, was that your son on the dirt bike?
No, wasn't it?
I don't know who that was.
Did you send a text about it, but you didn't mention under it, right?
I did, yes, I did. When I sent a text, it said, I made a comment that they were driving, he was driving down the hill, it's like they're gonna drive into the lake by your house. And when I said by your house, Bill, it typed out Billy, and I was like, what is that?
It was a whole prior to this.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go off script a little bit because David's got to leave early, but we wanted to make, time to talk about the budget adoption for next year. We posted publicly that this was gonna be the adoption meeting,
Hearing,
the adoption hearing.
no, the hearing, so the public can give their feedback.
Okay,
The hearing next month is
Okay.
the adoption.
all right. So you're gonna read through the budget?
I can. You want me to read this, or do you want me to?
I think the summary is
Summary,
probably the best.
okay.
You got detail sheets for us? Or you just,
Well, I have this is what I have right here. And the reason I don't have detailed, is because the Department of Local Government and Finance messed up our dates. John Walling. I think you were asking to have a copy here.
I think this was,
It's the same that I sent you, yes.
okay, well, I've got another copy, if you need a copy.
Okay, well, we need to go find somebody else to,
That's a, no, it's all.
Hmm?
No, it's all.
So, I'm gonna read in general, but, I sent an email to Ryan asking him to fix this. So what he got backwards, I'll just show you, it's not a big deal. They were supposed to fix, see how this is, okay. He changed this to the day.
Mhm.
This date should be that day.
Right, and this date should be
Yeah,
that.
that should, no, this should be locked in.
But this, yeah, this
This
should
should
be
be
there,
here,
and that should
and,
be-
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
And he is going to fix it, or he has?
no, they have to fix it, I just caught it today.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
So we'll adopt it at our next meeting in October.
October is our adoption meeting,
Okay.
this is our hearing meeting, so for anyone who needed to read, to review and arbitrate anything that we had to say in our advertisements.
Okay.
So our rainy day, we have a budget estimate of $50,000. General, we have $187,650. Local road and street, we have $16,049. Motor vehicle highway, we have $84,275. CCI is $3,450. It's a cigarette tax, if anybody's asking. CCP is the cumulative capital development, it's $2,700. The CDET, which is the economic development income tax, is $12,250. American Rescue Plan is $7,380. LIT Public Safety is $18,000, and the Business Development Fund is $5,000, with a total of $382,254.
500, that last one, right?
500, yes. And our current tax levy is 8.18%.
8.18. Okay, I think some of the things that I'd just like to highlight for those that are here is we've got a commensurate amount of maintenance and road repairs that we had this last year so that we can afford our 25% of the grant money, of our 25% bill for the rest of the roads. So Sugar Creek Drive, Garden Drive, Park Drive, and Lake Drive will be paved next year, and Orchard Drive. Orchard, right? Yeah, that little stubby
I
section.
thought we were gonna turn that into a gravel road.
Actually, I like that idea.
We were thinking cobblestones. But-
Bricks.
So that's gonna be done next year. The state paid us 75% of that, and we're paying the other 25% out of our local roads and streets and VH and the funds that we have there. So we've got that preserved.
Question, was Corinne's quote for next year, was it locked in?
He wouldn't because of the petroleum.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So what if that changed?
I was gonna say, well, purchase order's already there, but
What's that?
the state purchase order for it overall.
So I think,
We're locked in on what the state's gonna give us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so if it goes up, we're out.
yeah.
The difference.
We may be able to apply for some economic relief or something like that. For if economics change dramatically. So, we've still got some money in there for additional, we got money in there to finish the community building for the basement. We've got that covered in there. You set the fly my way. And there's set aside money that we've got for, if we need to do some additional work to the dam, short of doing a big repair, we've still got some money that we set aside for that. There's $15,000 there and $30,000 for dam maintenance, so we've got $45,000 there that's set aside for the dam next year if we need to do something. We still don't have a complete master plan there on what we're going to do, but we're going to eventually have to do something there. We have money in there for stock at the lake. We have money in there. We'd like to get a flagpole and some more landscaping done out front. And we'd like to upgrade our playground equipment this next year. So I started looking at options for playground equipment. So I think we've got a good set of money set aside for that. It'll probably be, I'm thinking around and we could probably keep some of the pieces, maybe a couple of the pieces, but a lot of the stuff is getting pretty rusty and needs to be renewed if any, some of it could be renewed and kept, but I think having a more modern piece of playground equipment might be a good thing to have in that area too. So, and it's pretty expensive. They could be $10,000 to $25,000 pretty easily to have a piece of equipment that might, be able to handle, 8 or 10 people on at the same time. So, and more like a one big piece of equipment that kind of has many different stations on it.
Kind of style.
Kind of like it, yeah. So, kind of like that one that's out there, but,
Huge.
a lot bigger, yeah. So we've got that set aside, so I think that's good.
I do too, and I can pursue that grant, see what I can learn about those grants, because that's definitely gonna be something for
Yeah.
looking at.
Anything else with the budget that you'd like to highlight? Or anybody else?
Just trying to finish up this year, do downstairs kitchen and
We've got money in there for signs too. We'd like to renew the entrance signs and the community building sign. We've kicked around that a lot. It was another improvement action, but someone mentioned to me.
Yeah, but something like that.
Tennis court.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we have anything in there for that, but we could probably figure that out.
that's great,
I think we need to have that ground up
$10,000.
and resurfaced.
Is that how much it's gonna cost? Is that how much it's gonna cost?
No, that won't do it.
Well, we have nature trail right here. I mean, we can reallocate that.
Yeah, I think, and we can, that could be a thing for, we can also move some money around if we need
Yeah,
to,
okay.
something. So, but I do think that we need to do something with that tennis court next year. Grind it up and resurface it, put a new surface down. That's probably, I don't know, 30 years old,
Yeah.
at least.
You would ask Graham if that's something he does.
I was gonna say that could be asphalt and then
Oh, yeah, it is asphalt,
It
maybe
is.
you'd have to
paint.
have somebody come in and paint,
Like
seal
they
it,
do.
paint it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that replacing the fence around it too, or just the surface?
I don't know. I would,
I don't think that fence is.
the fence isn't too bad. There may be some areas where it's rolled up a little bit, but
If we need to reach.
it's a nice high fence. I think that's good because you got a basketball in there and,
It's beat up behind the basketball, just a little bit.
You know, the kids know how to play basketball.
so what else do we need to cover with just announcing this?
Just announcing.
Just presenting it and-
Presenting it and
And it's
allowing
available
the.
for public opinion for
Yeah.
the next month or
Any
until
opinion?
the next meeting.
Is that nature trail for the path around the lake?
Can be. That's what it was originally set aside for, is to get some mulch and put around there.
Or if any trees needed to be pruned back, or if we needed to, if like a resident was having problems with their lake frontage and they couldn't, either due to age, disability, or something like that, if we needed to get in there and pay somebody to do it. I think Vince Feeney went around and cleaned some areas. So when we say nature trail, we're,
That's what I figured.
yeah,
That's
we're
the
not
only thing I
talking,
Figured that would close.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, take a look at it, think about any questions, we can bring them up.
And we will be moving, this will be an appropriation reduction resolution ordinance, we'll be moving $25,410 into the rainy day fund, which we're trying to build, which we have been building, to have money for the dam as well. So that's another part of the budget.
Do you have any communications for us?
No.
Okay. Let's go through committee reports. Sandy?
Really don't have any. I'll give you a summary. Why is this slide good?
You said
I would give you a summary of what happened over the last meeting, but I left all my paperwork and my backpack at work.
Okay.
So, I was questioning, though, have you guys thought about who's gonna be the BCA's acting if I'm not able to make it to a meeting? I think I emailed you a comment about that last week.
Does that mean one of us would have to step in?
Well, it can't be one of you guys because you're on the board. It would have to be a different individual. You would have to appoint. So like, if I'm not able to make a meeting,
Yes, sir.
they would go in my stead and act for that meeting.
Liaison or something.
Yeah, liaison. So they would have all my powers.
The BCA they got a lot of exposure, I think, for having not enough people to meet, and so they
Yeah, we had like
2 or 3
several
meetings
in
where
a row.
they couldn't conduct any business, and
What days
this
are
kind
the
of came about
It's
from that they need to have
like
delegates in place.
Thursday of the month. Third, yes, I think it's the third Thursday of the month, give or take some days.
It's after our meeting,
Yeah, usually it's after.
usually after our meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, well, obviously we haven't done anything with that, but we should,
I've only, I think since I've been on the board, I've maybe missed 2 meetings. So, I mean, I doubt they would, it'd be maybe like once a year they'd have to be there, but hopefully I know ahead of time to be able to give them, plan for it.
I got a bolt.
So are you responsible then to notify that person?
I think that's, I'm not sure if that's working. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it, because I should know if I'm not gonna be there.
thank you, David.
No problem.
I can always let them know that whoever's gonna be there will
Yeah.
be in this area.
Okay, we'll kick around some ideas, and then I'll probably have to notify the BZA who the delegate would be. And then if you can't make it, then hopefully they can make it.
Because your name came up and they said that you could because you're on the board,
Right.
so I'm thinking that's for all board members.
It has to be, it's an appointed position, not an elected position, so it has to be an appointed person. Okay, anything else? Okay. Wally, anything for roads and streets?
Just that, those trees over there.
You said you marked them with white.
Yeah, they were.
I'll take a look at them. I haven't.
The one's pretty precarious. It's
Trees
hard.
along Sugar Creek Drive, kind of across from Roy Schlock's house.
Yeah.
Between
right.
Roy's and Victoria's old house.
So one of them's worse than the other one.
On the south side of the street. So I have been in communication with the lawyer on these, and he's going to go to the recorder's office to get the official right-of-way information from there. He says it kind of depends on how, what your right-of-way is, stuff like that. But he said, if the trees are in our right-of-way, then they're our responsibility, but that doesn't mean you have to do anything with them unless they're a danger to the public. I'm not sure that limbs falling, especially after a storm, constitute a danger to the public. But if the trees are dead, then maybe they could fall into the road or whatever.
Yeah,
That might be eventually a danger to the public. He needs to investigate more, so I asked him to investigate more. I sent him the addresses. He pulled the plat for Hamilton Heights, and he says, let's see.
Is that who it was that called you?
And then he's going to, I told him, I said, well, that was the plat for Hamilton Heights. I'm really curious about what's the right of way for Sugar Creek. So he was going to pull the plat for Spring Lake. And he said that, thanks for sending that line back to me. He said he's going to get over to the recorder's office on today, but I didn't get anything from him today. So,
both those trees are definitely, if the right of way is 30 feet wide, they're definitely in the right of way.
yeah, so I want to get the formal
Yeah,
determination of what the right of way is.
and one of them has already dropped land and knocked his service out last Monday night. When it goes, it's going to take out both the service drops going to his place and it up in the road. It is dead, it's a dead edge.
So what I'll do is when I get that one done, I want to see what that right of way is.
Yep.
If for some reason it's different, whatever it is, we'll throw a email business action together and cover it that way.
So I sent a quote to you guys from John. Like half an hour ago.
Okay. I was thinking, I don't think I got it.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Anything else? Okay, sorry, I know it seems like I'm taking a long time on this, but I really want to know, because I know we've maybe done something a little bit differently in the past, and I gotta be careful about, doing it once doesn't set precedent.
Yeah,
But at least I wanna have something to lean on.
we've done it a few times, been Beatus House.
Yep.
There's been a couple other ones over the years.
There has.
We got sideways with that one guy in Hamilton Heights.
We did one on Sugar Creek Drive
Yep.
up there by toward 250 a little bit there,
It's
so.
been a few years ago. That one guy in Hamilton Heights, we got sideways with him.